Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is MasterOfRoflness and I'm here to give you guys a PA beta cast. And we're playing on the new PA beta sort of version 54382 against a multitude of different players, each with varying strategies that will end up enabling them to win the game. So we're playing on a map with an Earth template and 2 lava templates, as well as 2 moons orbiting the lava planet, as well as the Earth planet. However, for funsies, and apparently since players have run out of time, all of them are spawning on this same lava planet. So here are the players. We have Liquidus spawning as the yellow commander. We have Zafor spawning as the light blue teal. We have Headman playing as the pink. We have Mont9001 playing as orange. And we have Ghostflux playing as the green commander. Oh yeah, I also forgot Bird Custard in white. So, as we can see, this planet is very overcrowded and there needs to be only one winner to decide the fate of this very solar system. So, let's run down so far what's going on and what's happening. So, in kind of similar builds going on, we have Pink going for a sort of heavy dependence on air and air fabricators. So he's going to go with that. He has a large amount of metal spawning with him, so he's going to do fairly well. Keep in mind that in beta games, metal is spread out and very sparse. So you're going to have to kind of spread all over the place in order to get a bunch of metal going on. Energy spamming is also not recommended, as energy has been cut a lot. Burnt Custard is definitely doing well with the 3 fabricators he got out, and he's getting a ton of metal from this little spawn over here. Green is starting up. Zafor is going on. He had to walk a little bit to get these 2 mexes, but now he's developed his own unique base over here with a metal storage and energy storage, I'm guessing, for, you know, future safekeepings. Mont9001 over here is kind of just going around building bot fabricators and continuing to build mexes. So we're just seeing, you know, players that are building up their economy, not really doing much, and sort of kind of making the building block sort of their base. Now Zafor hasn't been building anything. Why? He's probably not loaded yet. A lot of the players before this game started have not been loading at all, and it's a little bit of a shame. So Zafor might be out of this game. He might come back later on and kick some ass. I'm not really sure. And it seems like the same has happened with our poor Mr. Liquidus friend over here, which is a big shame. So now this is kind of a 4-player game right now between these 4 players and 2 neutral commanders, unless Liquidus and Zafor can get back into the game. We're not seeing any military units yet, so just some economic buildup. Seems like Ghostflux is having the hardest of the economic troubles, as Burnt Custard is spreading rapidly. Mr. Orange over here is doing well, but it seems like he really should be building a lot more factories, actually. But he is spreading out, which is good. Pink, on the other hand, is focusing more on his air fabricators and just building up his place. Now, the problem is that when he does focus a lot on his base, he tends to focus less on his factories. So he should really be building factories. All these players really should be, in order to get out more fabricators and more military units. Now, air isn't really something I would suggest when starting off in Planetary Annihilation, as they're more of a support role, and as nerfing has begun on the air units, then it's kind of really bad for you to start off on air unit builds per se. So right now we can see that energy is being drained out. Things are going well for Pink. None of the players seem to be energy starved or metal starved, so that's good. And White is doing better and better than everybody else. Oh my god, he's even building some turret defenses. Now we really need to see some military units. Okay, we do see some Doxes or Scrappers or C-3POs, whatever you want to call it, really. I don't know why he started off with missile defense turrets instead of laser turrets, but I'm guessing it's because they're cheaper to build and also in case of a fast air rush. However, the problem is that air has been nerfed significantly. And oh, look at this! It's Liquidus! He's back! Alright, so he spawned actually with a fair amount of energy. And, well, not a fair amount of energy, but a fair amount of metal. So he's going to have 5 mexes as opposed to Burnt Custard's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mexes. But that's okay because he does have 5. And some players like Mr. Ghostflux over here only have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So he's going to be on par with Ghostflux for now. Zayfor, on the other hand, has also been building up. Now, Zayfor is on a very secluded part of the map, which means he will be able to build up and tech up and not have to worry about any early game rushes. That's really good. And the players, again, are not building any military factories in rapid succession. Oh, look at this. So Pink is actually going for a very fast advanced air factory. Now, like I said beforehand, air has been nerfed, and advanced air bombers have been nerfed as well. They do less damage, but they have a bigger splash radius. They also are a little bit more tanky, but air fighters are definitely going to have an easy time at destroying these bombers. Zayfor is in Switzerland. So Zayfor is the embodiment of Switzerland, and you see this? Liquidus is right back into the game. Really quickly, Burnt Custard is engaging on this little formation over here. Actually, I'm a dirty liar. Actually, it's actually Ghostflux fighting Burnt Custard and engaging on Burnt Custard. So it seems like Burnt Custard is trying to expand into Ghostflux's sphere of influence, and so far using his doxes in order to defeat Burnt Custard's army. So far, he's done pretty well with the micro that he's showing off, as well as his overall control and usage of the doxes is pretty good. And as we can see, the doxes' rate of fire and damage has been significantly increased, but their speed is very, very slow. So, compared to the earlier versions of doxes and scrampers, so that's something to keep in mind. Burnt Custard's entire base has been fortified with missile towers, laser defense towers, no walls. He is getting 3 factories, one of them being air and 2 of them being bot, so that means he is going to produce a lot more military units than Mr. Ghostflux over here, who only has 2 bot factories and not an air factory. Good dox control between 2 players, but it's obvious that Ghostflux definitely has the upper hand, as he's kept these 2 units alive for, well, he hasn't kept that one alive, but he's kept those 2 units alive for that long, and he was able to kill 4 units with those 2 units, so this is pretty good. Good trading, good microwaving between the 2 players, but obviously Ghostflux gets the better of the trade, and now he's able to destroy a mechs and lower the amount of influence that Mr. Burnt Custard has. We can see that Liquidus is actually building some tower defenses over here on these 2 mechs points. That's pretty good, as mexes are very, very rare to come by and are very valuable. So you should get as much mex points as you can. Don't venture too far. You're about to get hit by the mighty dick of justice. No, no, no. There you go. So at least he knows the boundaries of his empire. And his power is going pretty well. The power plant is a good structure indeed. Zayfor going for a fast hummingbird, trying to get the air superiority. Maybe he's seen Pink's overall dependence on air, or maybe he just wants it to scout. Anything is really possible. Over here, he's actually started with a vehicle factory, so that means he might be able to spam out ants. And now we're going to take a look at Orange. And Orange is going for an advanced bot factory, but doesn't have enough fabricators to really finish this one out. So he's going to be strained economically as well as in time. Now he's building an air factory as well, probably for scouting. He's not really using his commander for anything, which is a big shame. He should really be using his commander. He is fortified on several fronts with laser defense towers and stuff like that. And there's a good amount of mexes, but I would suggest getting more fabricators onto that one structure. Ghostflux has a lot of idle workers. He should really be using those workers as much as he possibly can, and as fast as he possibly can. And right now, Mr. Burnt Custard over here has the advantage. Now, even though Ghostflux's micro is pretty good with his bots, he still doesn't have enough factories then to deal with Burnt Custard's entire military force, and he really needs to fix that problem out, as if Burnt Custard gets enough military forces, he will be able to destroy the entirety of Ghostflux's base. However, if Ghostflux just puts up a random laser defense tower, it's pretty much a-okay. Laser defense towers, if anybody doesn't know, have been buffed up significantly, so they're pretty fucking good. All the players are not really opting for any mass military play. They're really being very conservative with their resources and not really spamming out a lot of units, as you saw beforehand in previous games and previous alpha footages and versions, that players would like to spam out units as fast as they possibly can. But with the sparsity of the mexes, can't really do that now. And we're seeing a ton of bot factories coming out from Burt Custard over here. I'm wondering if maybe he's trying to get enough bot factories to sort of surround Ghost Flux, so even these laser defense towers won't even affect him. And we're seeing some of Ghost Flux's structures being annihilated by this one Bumblebee bomber over here. It seems like a little bit of a push is coming out from Mr. Bunk Custard. Gonna take out maybe the radar. Yes, he did. That's a couple of metal gone by, but he did lose some doxes. So I don't know if that was completely worth it. He is trying to box in Ghost Flux, and if he's trying to do that, it's pretty much worked. Seems like Orange is in a little bit of a proxy war against Mrs. Pink over here. Mrs. Pink going for a fast advanced energy plant, and doesn't really have enough air units to counter this bombing rush that Orange has been going on with. Apparently, she is still actually building hummingbirds, and instead of building peregrines like she should have, because peregrines are a very good fighter unit, she's been actually building advanced air fabricators. I'm not sure if that was worth it, as now basically Mr. Orange over here has now control of the entirety of the sky, which is really bad, as she should have controlled it early on. And now it seems like Orange is actually speeding up the production of advanced bot fabricators, actually vehicle fabricators. Actually, no, wait, they are bot fabricators. I am really sorry. He's speeding up the construction of advanced bot fabricators, probably to maybe start going in and getting advanced energy plants, or possibly getting an early catapult, which would work out very well, actually, in his favor, as he could put out some catapults and annihilate Pink's base, as Pink really doesn't have an answer to his air aggression, and Orange has fighters and he has bombers, and he has enough of them to really start putting the hurt on. But at least now Pink has enough forces to make things work out. We also see that Yellow is pushing on to Blue right now. Z4 has done a good job at bouncing back from the game, but I guess one problem that he has to contend with is the fact that other players are just far ahead of him, like Burnt Custard over here. He really has to deal with Yellow's expansion over here, because if he doesn't deal with this, then he's going to gain more and more influence over his base, and that's not going to be a good thing. And now with that air defense tower going up, no aircraft will be able to get in this entire vicinity anymore. And as you can see, that defense tower, even though it was nerfed and does less damage, is still a pretty potent force against the air forces of Z4. But we do see that Z4 is going for a massive tech switch and going for tanks. In fact, a lot of tanks. So he will be able to clear these structures out, unless laser defense towers come in from Liquis. Then it's game over. Liquis is going for advanced bot factory. Now, I'm guessing these players are going for a lot of bots, as the sparsity of the metal has caused them to think, hey, ants are way too expensive, and you know what, bots are really good if you micro them really well, so why don't we just do that? And, you know, they're completely right, actually. As even Garrett said that a group of bots microed heavily will be able to annihilate a tank army. Now, I don't know if this was a smart move by Ghost Flux, but seeing as though they were only doxes, it's not too bad. No walls coming out from any of these gentlemen. Actually, one wall over there. I'm a dirty liar. Aha! Burnt Custard will have an advanced bot factory up soon. I'm guessing the reason why he didn't get it up earlier was probably because of energy problems. And that's also why he's not building. You see, that's a big problem with PA. If you don't manage your energy, you will die. So, as you can see, no bot factories are producing anything, and not even the air factories are producing anything. And just now, the advanced bot factory is producing something, which just goes to show that Burnt Custard over here is dying for energy. He's even using his commander to build power plants, which is a very good indication of that. I'm not sure what he's doing right now. He may be trying to go for some sort of push right now with his doxes and fabricator bots. I'm not sure. It might have been a misclick. It could very well be a misclick. Ghost Flux, on the other hand, a lot of idle troops building up some forces, but I'm not seeing really anything coming out from him. And I don't see really if he's facing a energy crisis, because right now I just see no indication of that. Well, now we're seeing a pelter being built at a massive speed, so maybe he's not facing an energy crisis, but he's really he really should be using his builders a lot more. He should be using these two. He should have been using those guys a lot more often. I mean, those three guys. In fact, what's weird is that he's actually switching back and forth between using them or not. So he really needs to fix that out. Okay, now he's going to build a wall to suck up some damage, which is a good strat indeed to use. Pink, going for a very fast orbital launcher. What the fuck? Okay, this is really bad. This is Mondo bad, because right now Pink was already losing the army war against Orange over here. And now that Orange has a lead over Pink, it seems like Pink really needs enough military units to defend herself, but turns out Pink really doesn't give a fuck. And you know what? She's actually right to do so, because as you can see, Orange doesn't give a fuck either. In fact, Orange is going for a very, very fast transport ship, so he will be able to take his commander and land on another planet. You know what? That's probably a very good strat. The planet is very occupied, you know, it's overcrowded, everybody is vying for control, and honestly speaking, maybe going on the different planets like Lava, Earth, or the other two moons is probably the best thing to do for the long run of the game. Let's go ahead and look at the different metal spots. Now, for the occupied lava planet, we have 104 metal spots, but for the other one, we have another 104, with the moon accompanying it having 42. So, this in total, if you control both the moon and the lava planet, will give you a total of maybe, I don't know, 142 metal, which is pretty nice. Pretty good. Oh, no, wait, I don't know math. Okay, never mind. Not 142 metal, 146 metal. There we go. If you expand onto the Earth, you get 124, and you get 42 with that as well. So, it's good, good investment to actually go to Earth instead, but it does take a little bit longer to get to Earth, so a little bit of a problem that our players will have to face. Now, let's see who will get there first. Even though Pink is building her structure, Orange already has his out, and because Orange already has his out, he's just going to rush the transport. In fact, he already has it out. There we go. There's the transport hovering overhead. In fact, no, it's actually the Avenger hovering overhead. But here comes the transport. There we go. No, it's an Avenger. Isn't he building a transport? Where's the transport? Or has he already loaded it? Ah, there it is. There it is. There we go. Okay, so now he's already loaded his transport, and we'll see later on where he decides to land. Right now, I would rather focus on the rest of this game. So Pink is also energy starved, as he's focusing on the energy plant as well as focusing on the orbital launcher, and the orbital launcher isn't doing very well in terms of production, as it's only using 2 of the fabricators. And also, the energy plant isn't doing very well because it only has 1 over here and 1 over here. So he's not really focusing on anything. In fact, his base is very spread out and uncoordinated. He's getting an umbrella, possibly to stop Orange's orbital expansion. But he's also getting an orbital base himself. He's also focusing on energy plants, advanced air factory, and advanced radar. And because of that, his energy is going down the drain. And honestly, he should really be focusing on 2 at least, not 5 or 6 buildings at the same time, with only 1 unit producing them. It just causes you to waste energy and waste a lot of time, which is going on right now. And as we can see, Mr. Orange over here going for a fast Hulkins. This could actually annihilate Pink's entire base if Pink doesn't have an army to answer for this. Because Orange has a lot of fighters, I'm not sure if Pink can even answer for this. Now we see Mr. Zafor over here getting a ton of buildings, advanced vehicle factories, a lot of vehicle factories, a lot of tanks, spreading out his influence, spreading out the amount of turrets he's using. He is definitely expanding rapidly, and he is definitely coming back into this game. You see now that Bert Custard not going for an orbital factory, and instead opting to just increase its economy. Now I see this as kind of a missed opportunity, as Bert Custard really has a giant fortress over here with a ton of mexes. He could definitely supply an orbital factory if need be. Ghost Flux, on the other hand, still has to deal with Mr. Bert Custard's influence, has to deal with these 2 pelters. I do suggest that he tries to send in an army, but with the defenses that Bert Custard has, I'm not sure if that's possible. Going for an advanced spot factory, very good. But doesn't have enough metal to really support himself. Yellow over here, building advanced energy plants, building some bots, building an orbital launcher. So we have 3 players going for orbitals, and one of them already out onto space. And we can see that the orbital in question that's going out to space will be heading towards the other lava planet. So he will be able to gain control of that 104 metal spots and maybe possibly the metal spots on the moon. So that's very good. Alternatively, he could actually build a couple of thrusters on this moon and launch it onto the lava planet where all the players are on, destroying all the commanders that are on this lava planet. Which wouldn't be a bad idea, actually, as long as he takes his commander and transports it to the lava planet over here. However, he has to keep in mind that other players will have orbital launchers, which means other players might just as well move out of this planet. And as we can see, Pink is just doing so, and Pink's also focusing on one building at a time, which is good. Now her economy will spike up, and her energy will spike up as well. I'm saying her because I don't know what her fucking name is, or what his name is, or what its name is. See that Pink is trying to defend himself against Orange, but he or she really needs to deal with this sort of expansion that Orange has. He needs pelters, he needs artillery, he needs tanks, he needs bots, he needs something to deal with these sort of colonies over here. Otherwise, Orange is just going to spread his sphere of influence more so, and he's just going to get a lot more metal than Pink. And it just will never end. Now we can see the Hulkins being built, and no answer to this whatsoever. And because there's no answer to this, the Hulkins will be able to annihilate factory after factory of Pink. And as we can see, a second Hulkins was built at the same time. So Pink's base is going to be destroyed slowly and slowly. And as you can see, the energy plants are going to be destroyed. If the energy plants are destroyed, energy will go down, which means a lot of features that Pink relies upon will be annihilated. And her production, or his production of this sort of transport ship, will go down the drain. He should really be focusing on this transport ship with all of his sort of fabricators as much as he can, because if he doesn't get this out soon, he will be stuck and he will lose the game. So as we can see, Yellow finally getting out a orbital as well of his own, probably going for a transport orbital, trying to figure it out. Yep, a transport orbital, so he will move out as well. Bert and Custer not really going for any orbital play. Ghost Flux as well. Ghost Flux is actually going for a Hulkins, which is pretty good. This could annihilate all of Bert Custer's defenses over here and enable him to just push right on through. Which is good because the second layer defenses are non-existent in Bert Custer's base over here. So there's a good window of opportunity. Let's go over to Yellow. Yellow right now, nothing really. Got out an orbital, and it's actually an advanced radar satellite that he's building, which is actually a little bit weird. So instead of leaving the map, he's actually going to opt for just stay. A little bit weird. I like it though. He's not a quitter. He's gonna fight to the death and sort of kill everybody inside. That's good. That's awesome. You know what, man? You're good. You're good. You kill everybody. Kill everybody. Especially Bert Custard. Gotta kill this guy. Destroy him. Now, Ghost Flux has left the game, apparently. It could be due to a glitch, or it could be due to rage. I'm not sure. Blue over here, Zafor, still going out strong, still going powerful. Ansel around, the underdog over here, building a ton of bombers, building a ton of aircraft, building a ton of vehicle factories. He's not building any orbitals, which means he's just going for straight up military production. Has a lot of tier 2, has a lot of tier 1, has a lot of defenses. He is a monster, and he could annihilate Pink, and he could annihilate Orange. But then again, Orange doesn't really care about his home base. He actually cares more so about his little base over here. Now let's see where he is. Oh, I don't see him. Where is he expanding to? Ah, he's on the moon. So he is planning to actually build on the moon, either for kind of metal gains, or maybe he's building on the moon to launch the moon into the lava planet. You never know. You can see that Yellow was able to get out a commander, but it has been weakened up. So he is probably going to the Earth planet. Yes, he's going to the Earth planet, or maybe the moon. You never know. So Yellow and White, I mean not Yellow and White, but Yellow and Orange have left the game, sort of, or left this sort of map, and are now opting to just stay on their new colonies. Orange is building a laser platform which will enable him to annihilate these bases, and without Avenger support, which Zafor doesn't have, then Zafor's base could die, and that means that Zafor will have to get out an orbital launcher as soon as he can, or maybe an umbrella in order to annihilate this upcoming threat. We can also see that Mr. Orange has actually gotten a solar array, which gives him a ton of energy. And, you know, maybe there's a lot of debate as to, oh, these are a little bit useless. Oh, wait! Hold on! What was that? Oh my god, Orange, you monster! So apparently Orange was able to catch the headman red-handed and was able to sort of almost destroy Headman's commander as well as his transport ship. But Headman was able to escape with his life, was able to escape fast enough, so now he's teleported himself out of the game, well, out of this lava planet game over here. He's probably going to go for the moon or maybe the lava planet, and seeing as though there's already a person on this moon, it could be a little bit of a tricky situation to sort of expand over there. He might want to up for the lava planet actually, which wouldn't be a bad idea. Would not be a bad idea whatsoever. Because right now, Orange, he's staying strong on this moon, and if he sees Pink, Pink's dead. Now, the yellow guy is still hovering around the sun. I do believe he's still going for Earth, but if he is going for another planet, maybe even the lava planet, or maybe even the moon planet, still a good possibility. Blue is still expanding, still building up his forces, not really focusing on everything else. Now, the game has lagged up quite a bit, but then again, beta is beta, so it's understandable. So it slowed down just a bit. To crawl. See that yellow tried to get up an umbrella as fast as he or she can, but wasn't enough. Solar array was also being built by Pink, but again, I don't know if the solar array will even help him, because now with the Avenger support that Orange has, Orange will be able to annihilate any single orbital unit that comes into, you know, his sort of sphere of influence, or maybe outside his sphere of influence. And so far, no real big power is really coming out from any of these players. They're really just focusing on themselves and just massive turret expansion. And right now we can see that Liquius is building up a massive turret field to kind of hold off Zephyrs' advance. Now turrets have been buffed, which means they could deal with this entire force. But then again, I do think maybe a professional army in question would be more useful for Liquius than actually just building turrets. See that a nuclear missile launcher has been built, and a nuke is coming out from Burt Custard. I didn't see this coming, in fact. So now Burt Custard will be able to fire a nuclear missile at anybody of his choosing. Now I do believe he's trying to destroy Orange, or maybe even Yellow. If he destroys Yellow, he has prime targets for expansion over here. And maybe if he destroys Orange, he has a good sort of straight shot to win this game actually, unless he allows Orange to expand rapidly on his moon colony. Then Orange will end up winning because he could use the moon to destroy this very planet. So we can see that Yellow thinking that he's won this entire game, destroying White's army, has not seen the nuclear missile coming out from White. Gentlemen, run! Run away! Advanced radar is almost built! Advanced radar satellite! What's happening? It's slow to crawl. If that radar satellite doesn't come out now, it will blow up. And all of Burnt Custard's hopes and dreams of peaceful negotiation are at an end. Here it comes. Satellite going out. It's safe. Liquius. No! It stopped. But everything's dead. Okay. So what Liquius has lost is pretty much a good portion of his base, all of his energy, orbital launcher, and now he's kind of all these units are stuck on this planet now. Unless he can get up an orbital launcher pretty soon, but I'm not sure about that. White is planning to finish off the rest of Yellow's force over here with a combination of spinners and doxes. Slammers are good units, but are they good enough for all these units? We have to really see. Stompers are being built as well. So now it's a very varied unit army that White has coming forward and destroying everybody. You may want to push on to the rest of Blue. Now that Blue knows that Pink has, I mean not Pink, but Yellow has actually been nuked. Maybe Blue wants to go ahead and destroy all these outlying turrets so that he can expand over here. Or maybe push on to White. Who knows really. Pink over here Poor Pink. Poor Pink. So, Pink's entire base over here has been destroyed pretty much. Orange, still holding on to the skies and to the orbits around the planet. So, he's pretty much won the orbital game. However, all bets are off as things can still go in any way they choose to. Ghost Flux, or the Ghost of Ghost Flux, or the Shadow of Ghost Flux has still been sitting in his base and is still fighting back against Burnt Custard's defenses. Here we can see that Burnt Custard pushing on to Ghost Flux. Maybe wants to expand to Ghost Flux's lands over here as soon as he's done dealing with this yellow expansion over here. Good things are coming out. Good things are definitely coming out for Burnt Custard. As long as he's able to keep everybody else under control, he can definitely win this game. No, wait! Finish off green! What are you doing? Yellow has left this game! He's not on this planet! You fool! He probably thinks that the commander is still here, but it's not. He's left. In fact, let's see where he's gone to. So over here, we can see that yellow is going for the lava planet. So now he's able to get a lot of mexes. He's able to get a lot of sort of space for him to grow, and he's able to just do a lot of good stuff. Houston, we have landed. Whee! Oh, land, Lando, Talio, come on, come on, come on, come on! What is this? Land. Get up, 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 up. Yeah. So he's probably landed on the best spot right now. A lot of mexes, and like I said beforehand, this planet has a lot of space to grow, a lot of mexes to offer, and because of that, he will be able to bounce back into this game. Orange, let's see what he's doing. Just a normal base, really. Building up some economic structures, building some factories. I'm wondering if he's going to push the moon into the planet. That would surprise me. Pink, on the other hand, leaving the game, still has not chosen a planet to land on. It's a little bit strange. He or she should really be going for the Earth planet and has not arrived there yet. In fact, nobody has arrived on the Earth planet yet, which is a little bit of a strange thing to see. The moon as well. So, 2 prime targets. Maybe Pink should definitely go for them. If Pink decides to go back to his lava planet, he can forget about that. That place is destroyed. We can see that Ghost Flux has been annihilated. So it's probably due to the fact that Ghost Flux was inactive and not because Mr. Liquius or maybe Burnt Custard has destroyed them. So that's all good. Burnt Custard is going to annihilate the rest of Liquius's base on this lava planet over here, or his home planet. So he will be able to expand, he will be able to grow a little bit, and he will be able to have a little bit of some breathing room from the mighty Blue Empire over here. So we see that Burnt Custard's Empire and the Blue Empire are separated by this little turret array from the forgotten Liquius civilization. So Liquius does have a buffer zone. He does have a very, very good buffer zone, but not too good in order to prevent Mr. Zaphor from attacking Burnt Custard over here. So Burnt Custard can expand here, but he will have to be still wary of any attacks. Because these aren't his own turrets, he won't be able to see an attack coming. Pink, staying over here, doing nothing, being lazy. It's really Pink's entire goal. Seems like another solar panel has been built from Mr. Mont 9001 over here, so that's good. That's very good. So now he's going to have a ton of energy. And we can see that Headman has left the game. And rightfully so. It really was coming, to be honest. He lost his home base, and he's been cycling around this planet or the sun for about, I don't know, 3 hours. So, or in real life terms, maybe 50 days. So, you know, there really wasn't any hope for him. Maybe he could have stayed and had the commander land over here and expand, but I guess he just thought, oh, they were going to chase after me no matter what. We see that Orange is moving his transport ship, maybe getting some more units, or maybe moving his commander to a planet over here. I don't know, really. Maybe going for the moon. I mean, not the moon, but the other lava planet, and is just making an orbit around our planet. Well, not our planet, but our home planet. As I don't know if our our planet has any lava that covers, I don't know, 90% of the entire surface. So right now, very strong coming out from orange over here. Very good orbital defense, good colonies, good colonial expansion. Very, very nice right now. And has defeated his neighbor, so that's good. However, Zaphor, bigger army in terms of air and land, and also has a higher production rate and has more factories. So you know what? He can win as well. He's also getting orbital launchers actually, and he's also getting the transport ship in question. So this is very good. He could actually move as well onto the colonial game, which is actually probably in his Zaphor's best interest. Zaphor is also getting an advanced energy plant, but he could very well get an umbrella. An umbrella would actually destroy the entirety of Orange's orbital kind of stranglehold over here on this planet. We really do have to see. Birdcuster going for more nukes. Wow, this guy does not quit with the nukes. So Birdcuster can actually destroy the bases of Zaphor and Orange if he just builds enough nukes. And so far, with 2 nukes coming out and 1 nuke already made, I don't see why not. So we have very distinct play styles. We have orbital expansion and orbital dependence. We have land and air, and we have nukes and just turtling. However, at the end of the day, if Birdcuster doesn't have an answer to the expansions of yellow and orange, then yellow and orange could very well win as well, because they will be able to expand uncontested on their planets. So, not a lot of action coming out from this game, but seeing as though this is one of the first beta games, as well as one of the laggiest beta games ever, we're not really seeing a ton of action, which is A-okay. 3 players have been knocked out, which includes me, so that means 4 players are still in the game. And something I want to point out as well is that the air units are still nerfed heavily, like I said beforehand, but they haven't been taken out of the game's equation or sort of their usefulness. They're still pretty good units. They can still annihilate entire bases if need be and if directed correctly, but they need a lot more micro, as they need to avoid turret defenses a lot more, and need a lot more escorts now, as fighters are a lot more powerful now thanks to the nerfs. You see that yellow is still building up. Yellow should be really going for maybe an advanced bot factory over here just to get out more sort of advanced factories. And we can see, ooh, I was completely fucking right. Look at that. A Haley is being built by Orange over here, which means Orange will be able to send this asteroid onto the unlucky planet in question. Maybe our home planet, or maybe even this planet over here. So that's very good. Very good indeed coming out from Zaphor. I mean, not Zaphor, but Orange. So Orange could win this game just by sending his planet going wee boom, and just showing this entire sort of ecosystem of orange, blue, white, and whatever is the rest of yellow over here, which is just a bunch of turrets. White has an impressive level 1 game, but he really needs to tech up to tech 2, as the armies of Zaphor are pretty formidable. Right now we can see some levelers being built, which is pretty good, I don't know why he hasn't used his nukes yet. Maybe he's trying to pick a target? If I had to choose a target, it'd probably be blue. With their advanced army and massive factory production, it had to be. I suggest going for their energy because they are very energy dependent. You can also see, oh my god, blue going for Orange's base over here. Oh my god, look at this. Annihilating some of the structures that Orange has, but right now he hasn't been able to get a hold of the Hulkins, and I'm guessing he's trying to destroy the Hulkins so that he can gain some ground. So far, nothing is happening, as the turret defenses are doing a monumentous job at destroying these air units. Umbrella is also coming out from Orange, which is really interesting. I'm guessing he wants to destroy any hope of these other players dominating the... oh my god. Oh, I thought it was a nuke. Holy shit. Okay, so blue actually has his transport chip, which is good. Now, I'm guessing orange actually has an umbrella just to dominate the orbital game even more so, denying any of these other players the orbital advantage, which is really good. Really good for him. I'm still not seeing these nukes built, and he really needs to send these nukes on someone's path. Either orange or blue. I suggest blue, because blue is a lot more formidable. And orange is already only formidable on the... these missiles just go wee flying around. As orange is only formidable in the orbital space, he really shouldn't be nukeified. He's still sending out his transport all over the place. It might just be due to scouting, but I'm not sure. Yellow is still not really doing what he needs to. He should really be going for a little bit more advanced energy plants or maybe advanced structures. But orange over here, my god, orange, going for a Haley so early, and that Haley will be able to annihilate an entire planet. Now, we can see that right now. I'm not sure how many Haleys it takes to send this moon flying, but maybe one is enough. We're going to have to see, really. Nobody has taken the Earth planet yet, which is a big shame and a big loss. Oh wait, Pink has, but Pink is unfortunately gone from the game, so that little commander over here will die. The moon hasn't been taken as well. And blue is finally searching for his love, going across the space-time continuum, and will expand outward and inward into the far reaches of the depths of beyond. White still has a bunch of nukes. Where's his nukes? I think I lost his nukes. Oh, that's terrible of me. Oh, there's his nukes. Seems like he's used them. But on what? Or he's just built a new one. Strange. Oh my god, I completely missed it! Okay. Right. That was crazy. Hold on, let's use Chronocam. Let's see what the hell happened. Okay, he's gonna move around his little airplane. Alright, everything's all good and well. Ah, here it comes. Okay. So let's press play. And let's see how it happens. Bum ba bum bum ba bum bum ba bum ba bum ba bum 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 ba bum ba. No, the fabricators! No! No! Oh my god! Okay. So not only has Orange lost all of his economic structures in this small radius over here, but he's also lost the majority of his fabricators, and he's lost the orbital launcher. That was big. That was big for White. And like I said, White should really go after Orange with those nukes, or maybe even Blue. But either one works. Now we can go back to sort of the main menu. Well, not the main menu, but the main present day. Are we in the future? No, we're not in the future. Okay. And the play. Click play over here. Come on, work!